Hey everybody, Cool and All Manga here right now reviewing One Piece chapter 708. Okay, this week's chapter of One Piece, wow, it was interesting, very interesting. I gotta say, this is what needed to happen, okay? We needed to see we needed a straight up intense chapter, and this was intense. Like, Don Chin-Jiao goes ham. Like, the man has a skull that can tank a sword, like a legendary sword. You know, just tank it and nothing happens, not even a scratch. Like, and then he tanks a jet pistol. So Don Chin-Jiao has officially become one of the, more beastly competitors. And by the end of his little confrontation with Cavendish and Luffy, the guy's literally gone Super Saiyan. Like the guy's beard has become like inverted Super Saiyan. Like, instead of his hair going crazy, his beard going. It was intense. But of course, before he gets disqualified, before Don Chin-Jiao goes completely out of control and gets himself disqualified, the two brothers from the countries of Flower that are also in Block C, they end up coming and stopping him, stating that he's actually their grandfather. So, this was interesting. They all have numbers. I was doing a little bit of reading around, and a lot of people seem to think that these guys have a connection to Kato, and that the numbers might actually be how he distinguishes his crewmates, in terms of maybe power or squad. I don't know, but I mean, that's a possibility. And, it would be pretty cool to see that Kato's already made his move. Because they state that they're here for something else. They can't fulfill that goal if they're not in the tournament. So, there's something to watch out for here that's developing between these guys. And if they are part of Kato's crew, then cool. And if they're not, alright, whatever. This guy's got a 500 million berry bounty, and, he's just chilling around doing nothing. Like, that's cool. That's pretty cool to know that there's just randomly old-ass people that still have high bounties, and they're just chilling. They're like, yo, what up? We don't care. That's pretty cool. But we move on to the tournament. After this, after we see Cavendish, completely go ham on Don Chin-Jiao, because they're trying to figure out which one's going to take out Luffy. And, Luffy actually, I gotta say one more thing. Luffy has really matured. You know what? He's really, really matured. And it's actually showing a lot here. How he constantly is trying to deny the fact that he's actually Luffy. And he's like, no, I'm Lucy, I made a mistake, But then he gets caught up on Don Chin-Jiao, and he's like, if you have a problem with my grandfather, take it up with him. Leave me out of this. And the guy was just like, so you are him, man. Like, what the fuck, And Luffy's like, no, I made a mistake again. I made the same mistake. So Luffy ends up saying, at the end, it's unfortunate, but he wasn't able to keep his promise to Frankie. So, it's showing that, Luffy's becoming a little bit more mature. And I like that. Considering, you gotta be, you gotta love life and be a bit mature about it to be a pirate. You can't just be free, love life to the fullest like Luffy is, and don't care about anything. You gotta care about certain things, and it's showing that he does care enough to continuously try to conceal his identity, so that they can succeed with the plan. However, you know, he failed. We go back to the tournament. Abdullah and Jeet, they're taking mad people out. That tank guy, the army captain of the defense captain of the Dressrosa, gets taken out by Abdullah and Jet, and they just get mad wasted, yo. Mad wasted. Bellamy, this here was my favorite part of the entire chapter, right here. You know, because I'm a huge Bellamy fan. I've liked Bellamy ever since he was first introduced, you know. Just because he was so goonish. He was such a goon. And even though he got taken out by Luffy, like, real easily, I still liked the guy. I still liked how he was introduced. I still liked the way he handled himself. It was cool. But then, in this chapter, you know, he just comes up mad dirty. Just stabs these guys in like the feet, like just bam, psh, 2 knives into their feet. Abdul and Jeet, you know, they scream out. They're like, ah, just goes up, psh, grabs their heads like by the top of their fucking jaw, and then just bam, like clutch style, like Robin clutch style, and just, you know, blood everywhere. Okay, and then you see Bellamy afterwards, you know, just blood dripping from his fingers, and it's on his cheek, and he's just like, oh. I loved Bellamy there, man. That was dope. And then, of course, Bartolomeo literally pissing off the crowd. Literally, like, oh my God. This guy. And we end up seeing that he has some sort of ability. Like, some ability that does not pertain to what he did at the beginning with the bomb. So my thoughts on how, you know, he picked his nose and maybe did the same thing that Mr. 5 did with the bomb ability. No. It seems that he has another ability that's like a force field. So maybe he has like the wall fruit, or something of that matter. Because the Fishman hack goes in for some like Fishman karate to take him out. And, you know, goes in, hits nothing, hits air. And you see his fist just completely crack, okay? Now, either it was a force field, or all the damage was directed back at him. I'm not sure if it was like a field that he punched and he just couldn't punch through, and it like just broke his hand, or if he punched and the damage, instead of being directed at Bartolomeo, it was directed directly back at his hand. And that's another interesting thing. It's like, what is Bartolomeo all about? Was this hockey? Was this a devil fruit ability? Like, what the fuck did he just do? Because if you see like Hack's hand, it's fucked up. Like, no doubt this guy got laid out. I thought he was going to be a bit more into the battle. No, but apparently, you know, Bartolomeo is just, he looks like he's the counter to the punch from the king, from the King Elisabello. Because if it is a devil fruit ability where you attack and the power that you attack with is actually just reflected back at you, then the king's fucked. The king's fucked. Now, if it's a force field, will the king's punch go through? Simple as that. Will the king's punch go through? And then, my other question is, what about hockey? How does hockey work into this, like into the mix? If this is a devil fruit ability, then hockey should be able to negate the effects instantly and go in and actually be able to attack Bartolomeo. But if this is a hockey move, well, then how the fuck is anyone going to be able to hit this guy? So it's very interesting to see that Bartolomeo happens to have this huge area of, it was relatively far away. Like it was at least a good a meter at least between Don Hack's fist and Bartolomeo. So it's going to be interesting to see just exactly what this ability is, and of course how Bellamy's going to deal with this. So this chapter, it was right on for where we needed to go. We needed to see some action, and we got it. Man, B block. 100 competitors already out, about 30 left. Bluegilly's still in it. That long leg guy, he's still in it, and he's fighting Ricky. So it's gonna be cool to see who ends up coming up top, because we still got Dogma and the King, we still got Bellamy, we still got Bartolomeo, and of course Ricky and Bluegilly. And these are all characters that have all of them have pretty interesting abilities. So it's gonna be pretty cool to see which one ends up coming out on top. And you know, for me, I'm pulling for Bellamy, but Bartolomeo's looking intense. Luffy's block just got insanely hyped. Like, I can't wait to see how Luffy takes care of Don Chinchou. Like, everyone just got right back in the tournament. You know, a week off, this was perfect. Everyone got a week off to, you know, relax, take in all the stuff that happened over the past few weeks, and come in and bang, just get this great chapter. Action filled, you know, information filled, man. The information that we saw, you know, Don Chinchou, if he would have known that Dragon was Carp's son, Luffy wouldn't be alive right now. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. And, you know, there was some pretty slick maneuvers. So I got to give this chapter a grade. It was very interesting, very intense. The moves were slick. Like Bellamy, that was slick. Anyone who didn't think that was slick, oh, get out, man. He was slick as shit. He's just playing. He's playing with these guys, and it's dope as shit. Anyways, cooling on manga here, you know. Rate, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill. Peace.